In my more optimistic moments, I sometimes think that the current strife in our nation is like a particularly nasty lover's quarrel that somehow still leaves room for a happy ending. When Betsy McKinney was growing up in a working poor family in Cincinnati, her mom liked to say that American democracy is a love story. Given all that's happened lately in our country, I asked Betsy if that statement still rings true.
And yes, I still feel that way. Democracy is a love story. It is about working together for something that you care about and for building a relationship amongst all of us about how we're going to govern ourselves as one family. Family is a love story. Democracy and the ways in which we do our work together in this country has to be about the values of love and partnership.
Early in life, Betsy fell in love with social justice and adventure travel. After college, she worked on sailboats in Alaska, Mexico, the Caribbean, the West Indies, and Nova Scotia. She saw firsthand the global impact of American policies and entrenched social inequalities. She returned to the U.S. determined to make a difference, and for her, that begins with dialogue.
We have to have those courageous conversations where we look at the history of the United States and the way in which this country was formed, who was excluded, who was exterminated, who continues to be left out, whose bodies are on the line every day. And women have the courage and the capacity and the relationship and the relational intelligence to do that work.
But dialogue and passion aren't going to accomplish much unless they're followed up with solid organizing and hard work. Betsy launched It's Time Network, whose Network City program involves establishing local advisory councils, providing tools for evaluating the status of women and girls, and designing projects to address local gender issues. Betsy and her organization are pushing hard to speed up the glacially slow process of achieving gender equity and creating a more vibrant democracy. 54 years after JFK signed the Equal Pay Act, the average American woman still earns 79 cents for every dollar a man earns for the same job. If you're a black woman, it's just 60 cents on the dollar. If Hispanic, 55 cents, just over half. But don't worry, we are closing the wage gap at a rate of 1/2 penny every year. Woohoo! Our current president rode into office by creating a groundswell of anger over white male victimhood. Incredible! Yes, white men have it tough, but so does everybody else, and the playing field is far from level in any direction. White men make up 31% of the population. So the question is, can you marginalize 69% of your citizens and still call yourself a democracy? I'm just hunkering down until this administration is over, a friend told me recently. But for many of us, sticking our heads in the sand or under our desk is simply no longer an option.
I think the role change that has to happen is one from passive to being active and engaged forever.
So is American democracy still a love story? Absolutely. But remember, not all love stories have a happy ending. It's up to all of us to determine how this one turns out. I grew up on Hollywood movies, and in my heart of hearts, I believe in happy endings. Like Betsy, I have faith in the power of love over hate. Despite everything, I still believe that Americans are really good at heart. And I'm convinced that somehow we will find a way to create a real democracy that lets us all live together as one family. We may not view everything the same way, we won't always get along, and we certainly won't be perfect. But then, is any family? This is Karen McCann saying stay tuned because we're just getting started.